So just take a few minutes. Just take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale out. As you inhale in, think of it as a prayer for grace for this season. This is a moment of compassion, of centering, of paying attention to who you are, who you've been, and who you are becoming. And there's a lot to hold in that. So another deep breath in. Slowly let it out. So to start this exercise, we're going to be following some lines. And as you're making the different marks on the page, I want you to think about what you're bringing into this particular season. And as you start to make a move, start to pay attention to your breath, to your body, to your mind. Think about how your body feels, what your heart is holding. What do you carry into this season? And when you're ready, go ahead and just make a single mark on the page. Let it be free and organic. However it lands is exactly where it needs to be. And once you've made that mark, whatever it is, it's the right mark to start with. You're slowly going to make another mark right next to it, following the line of the mark that you just laid down. I encourage you to work as slowly as possible. This exercise is to slow down and just pay attention and trust your body where it goes. And if you feel ready to make a new mark somewhere else, that's totally okay too. The goal is to fill up the page as much as possible. And by the end, it's going to look like kind of like a fingerprint or tree rings. Think of it as a fingerprint of this particular moment in time. And when you get a moment, just check in with your body. What are you aware of? Right now I feel very aware of my lungs. Taking deep breaths. Feel maybe a little bit of the grief of the season. Aware of how I'm holding my breath with hope for the season to change. I'm also aware of the sigh of relief that some folks actually showed up tonight. And how special that makes me feel. Of meeting my new neighbor. That there's meaningful breath to be shared, even if not in person. I'm smudging up my charcoal just a little bit because it's Ash Wednesday and I wanted to work with ashes. Things that have been burned down just a little bit. I'm gonna try adding going in some areas with this little burnt off piece of forgot the name of it. The thing that you light candles with, matches. Oh my goodness. Might have been a slightly long day. Okay, I feel like this is letting me feel the things that I need to feel, whether it's forgetfulness or tiredness. A little humility, that's fine. It's all good. Now I'm going to try a little bit. I've got the little burnt ends of a candle. I was thinking about how messy they made my hands feel earlier, that might be the right thing to play around with next. I'm going to finger paint with a little bit of this So once you're done, just take a couple of minutes to think about what stories came up for you. What sort of things are you holding in your heart? Are you holding in hope or holding in grief? For me, I thought a lot about breath. I thought a lot about the heaviness of relationships broken, relationships made. I ended up pasting them into a sketchbook. You don't have to do this part, but this was a nice way for, at least for me, to remember the process that I went through. So I hope you enjoyed doing this. If you don't mind, I would love to see your art, but only if you're comfortable sharing it. And I will see you in the next elemental art class.